If you want to get more out of your weekend, you got to get more out of your truck. Storage for your tools, cover from the elements, and protection that stands up under pressure. Whether it's a little DIY or your next big project, we say bring it to the backyard, to the barnyard, to everything you can throw at it and everything that stands in its way, because it's not about getting the job done, it's about getting the job done right. Real Truck, bring your truck to life. Hey, this episode of the Jeep Talk Show is brought to you by Windshield Defense. You know, adventure doesn't wait for a cracked windshield. Windshield Defense by Racing Optics is like a screen protector for your phone. Triple layer, race tested, and installs in just 20 minutes. Save 20% with code JTS20 at WindshieldDefense.com. The clear choice. Hi-ho, Jeeper. It's time for another Jeep Talk Show episode. This is a flagship episode, a flagship 2 episode. And no, don't freak out. When I said flagship, my voice just kind of went out on me. So we're not going to have that choppy audio that we had during the interview, last week's interview. So sorry about that. That was a setting that I was trying, and it just didn't work out. It's since been corrected, but that interview was recorded a few weeks ago, and it was still in place at that time. So I don't like it when the audio doesn't work well, and we had audio issues coming from both the guest and me for that episode. So sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can muscle through. It was some great information, and hopefully it's an event that you can go to. All right, let's get into it. Jeep Cherokee relaunch plans. Amid the financial news, Stellantis confirmed the all-new 6th generation Jeep Cherokee will arrive at dealerships in late 2025. So that should be close to now. Well, I say now. I mean, what do we got, like 4 months left this year? That's hard to believe, isn't it? So much has happened in this year, too. This revival aims to target the comprehensive midsize SUV segment, with the model potentially drawing design cues from the European market Jeep Avenger. Oh, good. They're going to model more stuff after Europe. That's always a winner. Although I guess I'm just pissed off about what they've done to Jeep and the European influence on the Wrangler and the Gladiator. I know they're still good off-road vehicles, but I think pricing and a few other things, add-ons, a lot of luxury items to raise the price up. I just don't think that gels well with the American Jeep market. We'll see. I've been wrong before. Jeep knew what they were doing, and I didn't. The Cherokee, for example, I thought the Cherokee, the renewed Cherokee from the XJ, was just crap. But as Josh would put it, I was butthurt that they made the new Cherokee look so different than the one that I loved, my first Jeep, the XJ. And it's easy to understand. You get used to what you get used to. There's people out there with the new Cherokee, what is it, the KL, that just love them. We interviewed a guy that goes all over the place off-road with his Trailhawk. So, you make the best out of what you can. And also, too, it's pretty unique what he does using the Trailhawk Cherokee. All right, so the Cherokee was discontinued 2 years ago, and remember, I was a cheerleader about that. And its return is part of a broader effort to boost U.S. sales. I can certainly see that. It's always good to have things that people want. Did they want that? I don't know. They were a much better seller than what I thought they would be. So maybe it is the right thing to do. We'll have to wait and see. All right, speaking of making things that sell, I know maybe not all of you, but some of you have had issues with the Spotify app having to do with the Jeep Talk Show. So I think it was on Thursday during our unofficial roundtable, one of the Jeep Talk Show listeners that was on the roundtable mentioned that they were confused about how they could listen or watch the Jeep Talk Show on Spotify. I've talked about it before. I think Spotify has done a wonderful job. You can seamlessly switch between audio and video while you're watching or listening to one of our episodes. And to me, it's just so simple. It's a no-brainer. You don't have to go to YouTube. You don't have to go to one of the audio-only podcast apps. You can just go to Spotify and do both. And that's one of the reasons why I'm pushing you guys towards Spotify, is because it's just so damn convenient. It is more work for the Jeep Talk Show, and I'll get into more of that here in just a second. So the issue we were having was Spotify, wonderful Spotify sent me an email saying, "Hey, we noticed you've got two podcasts, two Jeep Talk Show podcasts. One is a Patreon paid for Spotify podcast, and the other one is a free to everybody Spotify podcast. Wouldn't you like to combine those two?" I was like, "Sure, Spotify, that sounds great, because having two is confusing." So I combined them, and they synced between those two, and then all of a sudden, the only thing that it was playing was the paid for stuff. So all the videos that I've been uploading to Spotify for the general audience, all those videos, they weren't gone, but you just couldn't get to them. So it's kind of like, what's the fucking point? That's a lot of work for nothing. Now I could have been uploading the videos to the Patreon Spotify account as well, but that means generating two videos, taking the ads out of the Patreon one. Boy, I'm having trouble with words. Taking the ads out of the Patreon video, so generating two videos, uploading two videos to two different accounts on Spotify. And it dawned on me the other day that I'm doing that anyway for the audio. So what's the big deal about the doing the video? It just takes a little longer to generate it. Generating the video can take up to 30 or 40 minutes on the computer. But anyway, I got off track here. So what I did was, while I was talking to the folks on the unofficial roundtable Thursday, I said, well, let me see what I can find here. I used Grok because I couldn't find how to unsync it. I used Grok to tell me where I could take and undo what I had done by combining those two podcasts. And it told me where to look. I went and looked. I went, there it is. There's a big unsync button. So I unsank them. Is that right? Unsanked? So they're no longer synced. So you can still go, you can go to the Jeep Talk Show on Spotify that has the orange background, definitely the Jeep Talk Show logo, but has the orange background. That is the one that's available for everybody. Anybody that's on Spotify can listen or watch those episodes. You will get ads on those. If you're a Patreon subscriber, and if you have gone into Spotify and put in your Patreon information, you can go into the red background, XJ Talk Show logo, but with a red background, it has a Patreon icon there on that logo. You can use that one, and then you can, before you could listen to ad-free content. Because let's face it, the Patreon app is crap. It's just not good. It's not fun. But using Spotify makes it all worthwhile. Now, I decided that since I'm editing the ad-free audio, I'll go ahead and make it's just another button to generate the video, ad-free video. So I started doing that. So like the last 5 episodes, there is now videos for the Patreon subscribers minus the ads. I didn't do it before because if I had uploaded the video, it would have you would have gotten the ads. And that's one of the things that we tell people, that if you are a paid subscriber through Patreon, you don't have to go through the ads. So that's working. It's back the way it was. Plus, we've added videos, ad-free videos, if you're a Patreon subscriber and using Spotify. I cannot tell you how much I believe that's the way you should listen and watch the show, is through Spotify. Totally not getting any money from those folks. It's just so convenient. If you can get past the two different podcasts, Jeep Talk Show podcast on Spotify, it's very convenient and very easy. And truth be told, there's 3. If you see the one with the American flag, just leave that one alone. Pretend it doesn't exist. I got to contact Spotify and get them to remove that damn thing, because there's nothing on there that I could find. Oh, hey, maybe I need to ask Grok how to remove that. Maybe it's just I can't figure it out. Gotta love Grok. Oh, speaking of Grok and Patreon, let's welcome our most recent Patreon subscriber. Grok, take it away.
Yo, Stefan Abner, you crazy son of a bitch. Welcome to the Jeep Talk Show madness. Dropping a full year's Patreon sub up front? That's some big dick energy, my man. You're now part of our off-road, tire-screeching, mud-flinging lunatic asylum. Picture this. You're blasting through the trails in a souped-up Jeep, Spark plugs up your ass for extra horsepower, blasting a death metal banjo cover of Sweet Caroline while we narrate your epic ride like it's the apocalypse. Stefan, you're locked in for 12 months of pure, unhinged Jeep chaos. Think monster truck orgies or me teaching you how to jerk off with a torque wrench. What's the first trail you want to tear up with us, you glorious madman?
What's the torque spec on testicles? I don't know. Thank you very much, Stefan. Thank you very much for joining us and becoming a Patreon subscriber. And thank you, Grok, for such a colorful welcoming for him. All right. I like to stay away from the negatives here, but this is just one of those things you got to talk about from time to time. Vehicle recalls. Over 120,000 Jeep Grand Cherokees and Grand Cherokee L SUVs 2023 to 2024 models were recalled due to faulty second row headrest that may not lock in the upright position. I think we've mentioned this before, but we want to make sure we get this information out to you. Anyway, it increases injury risk and crashes. Owners are advised to check for recalls with free repairs available at dealerships. This was part of a broader recall wave affecting multiple brands, including Jeep. So, I know that with the 3.6 liter cam sensor and cam issue, those cams, and I think this is still the case, those cams have been unavailable, out of stock. So there's wait times of like 3 months. So I don't know if I would want to wait, have my vehicle in the shop for 3 months waiting for a headrest. Maybe you don't have to. Maybe you can get on the list and they'll call you when they come in. I guess it's worse with the cam issue because you can start getting a lot of metal particles in the oil and perhaps wind up toasting the entire engine. And this isn't a commercial endorsement. I've just been really impressed with Baxter Performance, where they have the remote oil filter adapter. I have one installed on my 3.6. I think I installed it at around 25,000 miles. I wanted to install it a lot sooner than that, but they are about $350. And this show is my source of income, so I can't just buy all the stuff that I want. But I do get a few things here and there, and I was able to get the oil filter adapter from Baxter Performance and have it on there. And hopefully I won't have an issue with my cam lifters and cam sensors and so on and so forth. It's covered under warranty, but you kind of got to be without your Jeep for several months while they're waiting for parts. All right, so new model introductions and updates. Jeep introduced 2 limited run 2025 Wagoneer models, the Wagoneer Limited and the Wagoneer Super. Oh, Super. Targeting, it needs a big S on its chest. Targeting specific customer segments with enhanced luxury and capability features. The 2026 Jeep Wrangler began arriving at dealerships with the behind-the-scenes previews highlighting updates. Additionally, 2 new colors were confirmed for the Wrangler with some limitations on availability. Damn it, I still need to look up those colors. I remember talking about this in the past, and I still don't have the colors. Sorry, guys. Off-road enthusiasts noted shifts in preferences, with some Jeep owners moving away from worn winches based on recent experiences and discussions. There's a lot of Jeep winches out there, or just winches out there. So I can see that Warren, especially for the price point that they have, could see some competition. My first winch was a super winch, and there was a gentleman that had a business that built a lot of the stuff that's on the aftermarket stuff that's on my Jeep Cherokee. Beautiful, beautiful work. And he swore up and down on the super winch. So when I went to go buy a winch for the Cherokee, I got a super winch. Later, I purchased a 10,000 pound, that's the capacity, not the weight, Warren winch to go on the Gladiator. Actually, I think I initially installed it on the XJ. And then when I got the Gladiator, after getting the Gladiator winch bumper from Motobuilt, the stubby bumper, I moved the Warren over there. I had already moved the super winch to my wife's TJ, and my youngest daughter, her 2001, I moved the Smitty built that was on my wife's TJ. Now, I will tell you this. I think that winches are important tools, and you should get the best one you can, because when you go to use a tool, you want it to function correctly. And if you got something that's cheap and doesn't work when you need it, then cheap really didn't work out for you. So Warn, I think, is always a safe bet. If it's one of the main ones that they build, I think they're building some where either the parts or they're constructed overseas. Don't quote me on that, but if that's the case, just make sure you do your research so that you can get a American-made or a mostly American-made Warn winch and get that quality that you need. With that said, it's very unlikely for the majority of people out there that you'll ever use that winch. I've used the super winch a few times, but it was basically, hey, I got a new winch. Can I pull this guy out of the mud pit that he got stuck in? And it was fun. It was fun to use. And I remember also when we had the super winch, I pulled out a rose bush for my wife. all critical uses. I mean, it was a good tool to have. I think. My daughter's 2005 TJ, the fuel pump went out in it, and I needed to get it pulled up in the driveway from where it was in the street, and I was able to push it at least enough to get it at the bottom of the driveway. And there's a slant to the driveway, so it'd be very difficult pushing that thing up, especially by myself or with my daughter or daughters even. So I was able to get it straight enough to come into the driveway, and I hooked the winch up to it from probably the XJ. Yeah, it was the XJ at that time, and pulled it up. So it's a very useful tool. And frankly, I think I would be really neat. I haven't done it, but it'd be really neat to put a hooking point, a tow point, if you will, in the garage, so I could actually use the winch to pull like the Gladiator up or the XJ up or whatever. It just makes it handy whenever you're trying to do things by yourself and you're overwhelmed. Now, if I was in my 20s or 30s, it would be fun to push that thing, and I would be able to do it. But not now. Boy, I'm just not used to doing a lot of heavy things. I need to get back to that because as you get older, you lose muscle mass. All right, so reviews praised the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee as a premium alternative to competitors like the Ford Explorer. That's a premium competitor? All right. Emphasizing its towing capacity and luxury features. The 2025 Wrangler Rubicon also received acclaim for its Rubicon Trail performance. You know, hands down, Jeep just makes fantastic off-road vehicles. Both the Wrangler, whether it's a Rubicon or not, the Wrangler and the Gladiator, and I know this because I own a Gladiator and I have been off-road in it. It is just amazing. And I took it off-road while it was in stock configuration. It was kind of fun with those they called them all-terrain tires. They weren't all-terrain tires. They were like ice cream tires. But took it to Hidden Falls. My wife and we went to Hidden Falls, and actually she wouldn't let me go some places that was too scary for her. And it was all stock, but it was a blast. We were just driving around, having fun, driving the new vehicle around. Because keep in mind, we haven't, I mean, the TJ was a newer vehicle, but not new. So the last new vehicle that we bought was the XJ. So Real Truck's Trail Access Grant Project, in which we fund nonprofits to aid in various projects across the country, has been one of our most awe-inspiring initiatives to date. The accomplishments of organizations such as War Fighter Made, the Idaho Trail Association, and the Off-Road Business Association have directly aided in the lives of countless veterans, automotive enthusiasts, and outdoor enthusiasts. Learn more about previous TAG Trail Access Grant recipients in our last recap. Today we're talking about the great people at the Central Oregon Trail Alliance, COTA. The Oregon-based organization has made great strides in the Beaver State mountain biking scene. I think of Buc-ee's when it says Beaver State. Developing, protecting, and enhancing the Central Oregon mountain bike experience. Stay tuned for a comprehensive coverage of one of the organization's recent projects, one that we're proud to have helped make happen. You can read more about this and other great entries at realtruck.com's blog. Just go to realtruck.com/blog and look for Trail Access Post Project Report Central Oregon Trail Alliance. Wow, the SEO on that must be wonderful. Hey Jeepers, Tony here from the Jeep Talk Show. We don't check the weather before we adventure regardless of the weather. But here's a pro tip from the one trail warrior to another. When you're installing Windshield Defense, skip the blazing hot, humid days. You'll get better results on cooler morning. But once it's cured, game over. This stuff laughs at 120-degree desert heat and shrugs off minus 40-degree mountain cold. Triple layer, race-proven protection that is as relentless as you are. Whether you're wheeling through the Death Valley or conquering Rockies in January. When Mother Nature throws her worst at your windshield, just peel off the outer layer and keep conquering. Because real Jeepers don't let weather or anything else dictate their adventures. Built tough, built in America, built for warriors like us. Save 20% with code JTS20 at windshieldefense.com. Free shipping anywhere in the U.S. Weather the storm. Conquer the trail. Windshield Defense, the clear choice. 23 years. So 23 years since we had bought a new vehicle. And I tell you what, I am just really, really happy with the Gladiator, and so is she. She just doesn't like the Jeep Talk Show sticker on the side of it. She says, can't we keep it nice for a little while longer? I said, no, I got the damn thing because of the show. And I think it looks damn good. Greg over at Underground Graphics did a fantastic job with those decals. And he still bitches about how he had to wrap the Jeep Talk Show logo around the hinges. Live and learn, my friend. Live and learn. All right, so Jeep offered cash rebates and lease deals, including up to $6,000 on the 2025 Grand Cherokee L and $4,500 on the 2024 Grand Cherokee 4xe plug-in hybrid. These promotions aim to boost sales amid economic pressures. So I don't know. I should have looked this up. Maybe I'll have it for the next show. I know that the $7,500 tax rebate for electric vehicles is going away as of December 31st, 2025. I don't know if that $7,500 still applies to the 4xe, but it may. So if you were planning on getting a Wrangler 4xe, this might be the time to check into any rebates and get you one before the end of the year. Jeep would love you long time if you would buy something from them. All right, so let's see. What else did I want to tell you about? So the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion starts today, Thursday, and hopefully you can make it out there. If you do make it out there, make sure you visit Unofficial Use Only. Greg Henderson is out there selling door pockets, including JK door pockets. Natalie is out there with Jeep Performance parts and their area inside where the AC is. Greg's outside. You got to really love Greg because he's going to be outside. It's easier to go see Natalie inside in the air conditioning. And several others. I believe Nikki G is going out there. Chris was planning on going, but he had some family issues come up where he's not going to be able to attend. That's too bad. I think next year is going to be a much better year for Chris attending these events. So, if you get a chance, swing by, say hello, tell those people that you listened to the show and you knew they were there because we told you. Also to April, Jeep Daisy, is it Jeeping Daisy? I'm sorry, April. I know her as April. She's going to be out there with Midland, so find where Midland is and you can find April. And I'm sure she's going to be running around. You'll probably see her taking pictures and acting crazy with all the people that she knows that go there every year. I think she goes every year. So several people out there that are either involved directly or peripherally with the Jeep Talk Show, and we really appreciate them being out there to help support the show and talk us up. All right, so broader automotive context includes calls for right to repair legislation affecting Jeep owners, assuring access to repairs for models like the Wrangler. Upcoming events like the 2025 Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion were teased, building excitement for Jeep enthusiasts. Oh, yeah. I've heard that that's a really good event for vendors. The vendors really like the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion because for some reason, and there's nothing wrong with this, but for some reason, people go out there to spend money. They buy stuff. They buy stuff from the vendors. And I mean, it's easy to get vendors out there if they feel like they're going to be able to justify the expense of not only going out there, but having the booth and so on and so forth. And, you know, I understand things can't last forever, but it's such a big thing. It's surprising that it's only 3 days. I mean, 3 days is a lot. But I guess I'm used to going to the Eastern Jeep Safari, where it's a whole week. And a week is too short for Eastern Jeep Safari. I mean, they have 2 days of vendor events, which is Thursday and Friday. I mean, you don't have to leave. I mean, you can get there early and you can leave late. But generally speaking, if you can't afford the hotel, or if you can barely afford the hotel, you don't want to stay there much longer than a week because it's expensive. I mean, if you got a tent and stuff, that's great. Let me put it this way. And when I went in 2023 and it was 20 degrees out the first night, it felt good. A fat boy could sleep in a tent in 20-degree weather. Seriously though, I think 40 degree weather is about good me. 40, 45, anything more than that, I start sweating like a pig and have a really hard time sleeping. I know. Stop eating, Tony. All right. Overall, the period highlighted challenges from tariffs and recalls, but also positive steps like a model revival and promotions to stabilize Jeep's market position. For the latest updates, check official Jeep or Stellantis sources. All right. So, when it comes to customizing a Jeep, a few upgrades are as popular as new wheels and tires. Many enthusiasts dive headfirst, drawn by the sleek aesthetics or aggressive stance that a fresh set can provide. Oh, and the smell. I love the smell of new tires. It's not the same as getting just stock tires, if they're aggressive and they're maximum traction, or I think all that along with the smell is just great. Boy, if you ever haul, and I've done this before, if you ever haul a bunch of tires, like maybe the old tires off of your XJ, and there's no place to put them except push the seat down and put them 32s, because it was 32s at the time, put them 32s all in the back, you really get to smell the tires. But anyway, but whenever you're looking at tires and wheels, there's far more to select than wheels than simply ensuring your desired tires to fit. Factors like material design features and precise measurements play critical roles in performance and safety and function, especially if you plan to take your Jeep off the pavement. And I'll say off-road. Articulation makes a big difference. If you're just pulling over to the side of the road, technically off-road, not so much of a concern about the fitment of the tires and will they not rub on critical body parts or even suspension under the Jeep. So this is one of the reasons why you need to do measurements and stuff. And actually, we found out from Greg Henderson of Unofficial Use Only on a recent roundtable episode that AEV has all that stuff figured out for you. So you can go over there to AEV, look up the tire wheel and tire sizes, and make sure looking at that, you'll be able to get a better idea about for what you need for backspace, offset, the diameter, width, all that stuff, and just really everything you need to know just by going there. And while you're there, you could buy the stuff from AEV. I'm just saying. All right, so steel versus alloy wheels, which is best for your Jeep? So it used to be that steel wheels were the way to go, because everybody said, well, if you damage the steel wheel, like if you bend it, break a bead, you can take a hammer to it and get it back in at least a good enough shape where it'll hold air. That's kind of changed, according to what I've been hearing. And actually, I think it was the same roundtable episode that Greg was talking about, that the steel wheels aren't as desirable as they used to be. So alloy, aluminum wheels. So the steels are often the go-to for budget-conscious owners, are those prioritizing durability in extreme conditions. They're heavier, which adds unsprung weight that can slightly impact handling and fuel efficiency, but they are easier to repair after dings, like I was just saying, from rocks or curbs. Just don't let your wife drive your Jeep. I'm sorry, women. I'm just kidding. So alloy wheels, on the other hand, are lighter, offering better performance, heat dissipation for brakes, and more polished look. However, they can be more expensive and prone to cracking under heavy off-road abuse. I'm using the stock wheels. I think they're alloy wheels that I got on my Gladiator from the factory. They're nice. I have no problem with them. I think they're only 7.5 inches wide, and I've got the 35 12.5 by 17s on there, and it's done fine. I air down to about 14 psi. Haven't had any issues with it coming off, breaking the bead. But I've got the Nexen Roadian MTXs, and they got a pretty stiff sidewall. But what I need to do, and I keep thinking about doing this, but I haven't gotten around to it, I need to go find me another one of those wheels, because right now the spare tire does not have a factory wheel, and I can't really rotate it unless I'm going to look like an idiot. It's like those people you see driving on the road with a space saver. Yeah. Little bitty donut thing, and that they've had it on there longer than 50 miles because you see them day after day as you're going to work. I don't want to do that. So I guess I need to go like the Facebook marketplace and see if I can't find one. Somebody's always got some oddball wheel out there that they can't sell because it's not a set. Boy, it'd be neat if I could get one of those things for like $50. Now it would be a lot of fun to buy a set of wheels, a new set of wheels. And one of these days I'm going to be going to 37s, and I definitely will need to get a wider wheel. I say that, I'm pretty sure if it's a 37, 13.5 by 17, I probably don't want to continue with a 7.5 inch wide. Probably closer to 8.5 or 9 is what I'm guessing for those. Maybe I'll go to AEV and look at the information there, so I'll know the answer to that. So ultimately, when you're getting wheels, weigh your budget, driving style, and maintenance preferences. Now, beadlocks versus non-beadlocks, secure your tires for rough stuff. And I really like the idea of having beadlocks. I probably will get beadlocks whenever I go to get wheels, not because I need them, because I think they look cool. And I know what you're saying. They look cool, and I like the idea of color matching the ring, the beadlock ring, to the Jeep. Having that red beadlock ring with the same red color of the Jeep. I just think it looks cool, and I'll probably wind up using beads so that I can not have to go spend $250 at Discount Tire Auto to have them balanced, if they'll even balance beadlocks. I've kind of heard that they will, but I wonder if they even charge more. Frankly, I'm thinking about getting one of those tire breakdown tools, and I don't think you need it, but one of those tire breakdown tools from Harbor Freight, so I could do my own tires, get tires. And I would have bought the Nexen Roadian MTXs from Discount, but they didn't carry them. There just wasn't a good distribution a place here in Houston or close by that I could buy them from. And also too, I just got a better price. I think I got the Nexens through Simple Tire, and it was about a month later that the promised free tires that Nexen was supposed to send me showed up. So I got 2 sets of 35 12.5 by 17s. I tried selling them on Facebook Marketplace. Nobody wanted to give me the good money for brand new tires, never used. So I just kept them. So I may be going through 2 sets of 35 12.5 by 17s before I go to the 37s. I got to do a lot before I can go 37s anyway, because I can't just go with the tires. I have to go with probably 456 gears, and if I'm going to spend money to have the gears put in, I'm putting the lockers in there at the same time. So we're talking about $3,000-$4,000 of stuff that has to happen, and that doesn't even count the tires. So it'll probably be a little while. Let's just see how successful the show is. Let's see how many Patreon subscribers we can get. Wouldn't you like to help me get lockers and tires and stuff by being a Patreon subscriber? I know that's on the top of your list, isn't it? All right. So beadlocks feature a ring that mechanically clamps the tire bead in place, allowing ultra low pressures without risking de-beading. In other words, breaking the bead, the tire coming off the one edge and then all the air going out rapidly. They're ideal for serious trail work, but come with drawbacks: higher cost, very high cost, more weight, and they're not always street legal due to potential for collecting debris. I like saying debris because that's how it's spelled. So that's the other thing I was going to mention. I don't think that you need bead locks. I think it is very unlikely that you're going to be going off-road so aggressively that you're going to pop a bead. I don't think they're necessary. But let's face it. The winch, it's not really necessary. The lift is really not necessary. The bigger tires is really not necessary. But damn it, they're fun to get. They're fun to have. And if you have them and you choose to do some hardcore stuff, you're right in there. I will just tell you, if you're doing things that you need bead locks for because it's very aggressive and rough, my opinion is you need to look for a cage for your Jeep as well. Because if you're going to be doing stuff that require bead locks and hardcore stuff like that, you need to make sure you protect you and the occupants of your Jeep whenever you're doing that badass stuff. And I know there's some people out there say, "Oh, you don't need a cage," but it's never a bad idea to have that protection. So, I mean, we want to keep our listeners, and we don't want any more listeners with head injuries. So non-bead locks suffice for most casual off-roaders, but if you're tackling 95% of the trails, as Greg Henderson from Unofficial Use Only on the Jeep Talk Show notes, you can, with 37-inch tires, bead locks provide that extra edge for confidence in aired-down scenarios. So key measurements, and this is a good place to go to AEV about: backspace, offset, scrub radius, diameter, and width. Wheels are not one size fits all, and proper specs can lead to rubbing, poor handling, or even a component failure. So there's a lot to it. You need to go back and find that episode, that roundtable episode where we talk just about tires and wheels. I think it'll really enlighten you on all that information. All right, so I'm not going to forget it this time. It's no reflection on you, Nikki G. It's just a reflection on me for having so much stuff to do, especially now with doing these multiple video episodes to Patreon and Spotify. Let's hear from Nikki G.
Hey, this is Nikki G. And did you know that space heaters make great housewarming gifts? All right, boys and girls, I'll chat to you later and have a good one. Bye.
Oh, we love you, Nikki G. Thank you so much. And if you're out at Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, look for Nikki G. You might have to find him on social media and find out where he is. And don't freak out if he says, why do you need me? He knows about those. Some people don't like the bad jokes. All right. Did this Jeep Talk Show get your engine roaring? Show us some love by dropping a 5-star rating and a blazing review on your go-to podcast platform. It's your way to help us expand our Jeep family. Keep the adventure rolling by hitting follow on social media and joining our newsletter crew for the hottest Jeep updates and unmissable events. Got a burning question or a wild idea for our next episode? Fire it over to us and at jeeptalkshow.com/contact. Thanks for cruising with us, and get ready for more thrilling journeys ahead. And damn it, I think that everybody's back for our flagship episodes next week. So I won't have to be doing this by myself. I mean, I don't mind doing it by myself, but it's just so much fun when I'm interacting with somebody. So anyway, I think Greg will be back on Tuesday and April will be back on Thursday. So looking forward to talking to them again, and especially finding out from April what happened at Easter Jeep Safari, what happened at Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. You guys have a great night. You Grays, the aliens, you Grays have a good night too.
Broadcasting since 2010.
You're my friend. You're my new friend.